Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing our XFL game spread and over-under predictions. Last week, we had a pretty good week, went 3-1 on the pick'ems, went 3-1 on the spreads, had a little rough week on the over-unders. I went 1-3, my dad went 2-2, so, that's tough. By the way, I should have got that field goal. It took 14 seconds. It was a 10-yard play. It took 14 seconds to get a freaking spike off. Are you serious? This is the NFL? But anyways, that's just stupid. But anyways, starting it off, we have the Sea Dragons at the Renegades. There is no word of the day today because there's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes until game time. It's actually 7 minutes right now. So I'm gonna actually, we ain't gonna get this video done by game time. But the games have not started yet, so I do not have enough time to get the word of the day from my friend. And he probably won't respond anyways, so whatever. Anyways, so Sea Dragons at Renegades. This was a pretty easy pick. It is at the Renegades, and the Renegades have been playing phenomenal defense. And Bob Stoops is just, I don't know how he does it, but he keeps it in such a low-score game every time. Held the Brahmas to 15 points and 10 points, and the week before that, held the Guardians to 9 points. And, I mean, his defense is just absolutely phenomenal, but they cannot put up any points, and I mean any. I think the most they have scored this year was in week 1 when they scored 20, I think it was. And, I mean, that's just, you just can't beat a team like that, especially when you're going up against a team with an NFL-caliber quarterback in Ben DiNucci, with Josh Gordon and all those weapons and how that offense has been doing this year. I don't think they have a chance in this one, so I'm going to take the Seattle Sea Dragons, and so will my dad. As for the over-under, or as for the spread, of course, as for the spread, the Sea Dragons, if you look at it, have been having very close games. They have not had more than a one-score game this whole entire year, mainly just within within 7 points all year. I think their biggest win was actually 7 points. So I don't think that they're going to win with minus 4.5 points. I am going to take the Renegades. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Even though I think the Sea Dragons are going to win, that defense is still going to kick in. And based on how the Sea Dragons have played the whole year, it's going to be close. So I'm taking the Renegades plus 4.5. However, my dad will take the Sea Dragons. Now, if we go over to the over-under, of course, I've been talking about the defense this whole time. So I'm going to take the under 37.5. However, my dad will take the over. So, yeah, personal preference, I guess. Next up, we have the Brahmas at the Vipers. The Brahmas just came off of a win against the Renegades after playing them 2 weeks in a row. Now, I won't lie, it hasn't been the best 2 weeks. They started Kurt Benkert, who did not have the greatest game last week, went 1 for 6 with an interception. Not the greatest game, and I'm not exactly sure who the other quarterback that they started was. It was just a little weird watching them last week. I didn't get to watch much of their game. I don't really remember why I didn't watch much of their game. I don't know if I had practice or something, but I didn't get to watch much of it. I just know that I clicked it on, and I was looking at stats on the box score, and Kurt Benkert was at quarterback. I don't know what happened to Jack Cohen. I don't know if he'll be playing in this game, but they're going up against the Vipers, who looked absolutely terrible against the Battlehawks. Lost 29-6. It was just terrible. After coming off of their best game played against the Guardians, I mean, it was just terrible. They came off of their only win of the season. They had all the momentum that they could have up to this point in the season, the most momentum they've had all year. And, they just kind of, they were just terrible. They got absolutely dogged on by the Battlehawks. And so I think the Brahmas definitely have more of a chance. The Vipers definitely got humbled last week, and they're, not feeling great. They still remember that they're the bottom 2 team in the league. And I think the Brahmas will come out and win this one and show that they are not in the bottom 2. Because, they're looking like it. They're 2-4. They're not looking great. But they're looking to stay kind of middle of the pack. So I'm going to take the Brahmas, and so will my dad. And yeah. By the way, Kurt Benkert, I love him. I've seen his videos. He posts on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. I like him. He's a cool guy. I know he'll work hard. If he gets a start this week, I know he'll be good. If Jack Cohen gets a start this week, I know he'll be good. If I don't even know who the other guy is, but he'll probably do okay. So yeah. As for the spread, Brahmas at Vipers -3.5. I'm gonna take the Brahmas with the spread. 3.5 is just kind of too close of a score. It's just, I think the Brahmas got this one. I can't really tell you why, but I'm taking the Brahmas. Especially after how the Vipers just got absolutely obliterated last week. And then if we go look at the over-under, I'm going to take the over. I think the over-under is really low just because of how the two matchups were last week. I mean, the Brahmas went up against the best defense in the league in the Renegades, and then you got the Vipers, who just went up against a really good team in the St. Louis Battlehawks, and they, of course, didn't score. But I think with them going up against each other, I think it'll definitely hit the over. I just think the last couple of weeks, these teams have had just bad matchups to score, and so Vegas is, and people are definitely betting the under, even though the box score doesn't specifically tell how this thing's gonna go. So I'm taking the under, or no, I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over. My bad. I'm taking the over. However, my dad will take the under. So yeah. Next up, we got the Defenders at the Guardians. This is an easy one. The Guardians have not won a game all year. They are 0-6. The Defenders have won a game all year. They are 6-0. I'm taking the Defenders. I don't care that it's at the Guardians. I don't care that it's in Orlando. I'm taking the freaking Defenders. However, last week, was it not Quentin Dormandy at quarterback for the Guardians last week? And they had a chance to win the game. I will say that. It was a great performance from them. Absolutely. I love Quentin Dormandy, or however, whatever his last name is. I think he played great last week. Let me actually check the score last week, because they had a chance to win, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they played a pretty good game. I don't think I got to watch all of it. Yet again, I'm not sure. But I don't... who did they play? Yeah, they had a chance to beat the Seattle Sea Dragons, 7-point game. Really close. I mean, it wasn't a bad performance from them, but they're just going up against the best team in football right now, so it's going to be tough. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Defenders. As for the spread, it's plus 9.5 for the Guardians, and I'm not going to lie, I think the Guardians are doing great right now. I think if they had a chance, if you looked at their whole season, this is their best team right now. They are playing their best football right now. And they have plus 9.5 points. I would want to take the Guardians in this one in every way possible, but the Defenders have just been absolutely dominating their opponents. I mean, just every game that they win, it seems like they win by 20 points. I mean, they just absolutely go crazy on their opponents, usually winning by 10 or more. And so I'm going to take the Defenders in this one, and so is my dad, minus 9.5. As for the spread, of course, if I have the Defenders winning minus 9.5, that means they're going to score points. So I'm taking the over, 45.5. However, my dad will take the under. I also think Quentin Dormandy is going to put some points on the board. I mean, I think he's definitely going to throw an interception to not Davis. I said it was Davis last week, but it was something, bro. I gotta remember his name, because I said his name wrong in the last video. You guys know what corner I'm talking about. The absolute greatest corner in the game right now. I gotta find him. Shoot. I gotta find him. I know he got a pick last week. I know he did. The Defenders. Corey Joseph is the best corner in the game. I didn't even get to see his name. I just remembered it. Corey Joseph is the best corner in the game, and he is definitely helping out this DC team. So, yeah, I had to get that out of the way. I messed up his name. I said his name was Smith, or like Michaels or something. And so I just had to get that out of the way. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Battlehawks at the Roughnecks. And this one I've been very, very back and forth on. So look, you got the Battlehawks, who are just coming off of an absolutely dominating win, 29-6 against the Vipers. They're feeling good. They've only lost to one team all year, and that is the DC Defenders. And then you got the Roughnecks, who have lost to the Defenders. They've lost to the Sea Dragons, but they got pretty well beaten by the Defenders. I mean, it was a 2-score game, or it was something. I'm gonna go look at the score, 37-26. I mean, they got pretty badly beaten. And if you look at all the games that the Battlehawks have played, when you look at the similar matchups that Houston has had, the Battlehawks have had much closer games against DC. The Battlehawks have had much closer games. They actually won the game against the Sea Dragons, who the Roughnecks lost to. And, you know, the Roughnecks are just not looking good right now. They've lost their last 2 in a row. They're not feeling good about themselves. They're losing chemistry. What's-his-name got benched last week. I mean, I'm sure he's going to start this week, but he still sat the bench and let McDonald play, Brandon Silvers, so I know he's not feeling good about that. And this team is just on a downwards trend. And, you know, it's not looking good for them right now. I still think they're a great football team, but just with the way momentum is going right now, they're not feeling great about themselves. Now, it is at home, and, you know, they are a great team, and they could definitely rally with, who's their coach? Wade Phillips is their coach, I believe, and, you know, he's a great coach. He's a great guy. He's been in many situations like this. I'm sure he can coach them up and out of this. But just, I think the Battlehawks can do it. I think they win the matchup. And, you know, yeah. So I'm going to take the Battlehawks in this one. And so will my dad. And so on the spread, it is Roughnecks -3.5. So obviously I'm going to take the Battlehawks. As for the over-under, it is 43.5. I think this will definitely be a high-scoring game. The Battlehawks have been scoring a lot more points recently in their last couple of games. Their offense is certainly starting to click. It's just going really good right now. And as for the Roughnecks, just because they're losing doesn't mean their team has gotten any worse. Their offense is still absolutely amazing, and I think they will be putting up points, whether that's with the pick six or whether that's with Brandon Silvers throwing a 90-yard touchdown. So I'm going to take the over on this one, and so is my dad. And, yeah, I guess that wraps up the video. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. By the way, interception was stupid, because I actually, I jammed my finger yesterday, and so when I went to press the button, it pressed the wrong one, so that one wasn't my fault. So I actually should have won that game, but time is running out. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.